Okay. Yeah. Got your personal finance side of the solution. Sorry. What do you think? Just to talk about personal finance, just for a sec, the difference between so you're providing a solution to banks, for instance, which can provide that to their clients,
Right.
and the power of the community then, and using like a platform like Mint or Wizabee, where you benefit from the community, is very different. So of course it's difficult to compare. But do you think that banks could do a mix of it, like use your platform and try to bring some community features within the customer base?
Absolutely. So even in our current product, it's very much community focused. So every transaction categorization that you do is dynamically network learned. So the categorization engine does exactly the same stuff that the likes of Wasabi and Mint have been doing. It leverages the fact that there's, just in our PFM solution, we've got something like 3 million users right now that are interacting with the system and improving categorization to make sure that budgeting works better.
Do you have one new registered user every 2 seconds, or
that's right? So
impressive?
Lately we've been growing quite rapidly, and the rate of growth is pretty scary actually. It's sort of 1 every 2 seconds, and we're seeing north of 180 to 200 users per minute logging on, which is this is a very large scale operation for us. It's supported by a lot of people, and the thing that you can't underestimate is to make all of this stuff work. There's a ton of things that have to happen together, not the least of which is how do you get information from the different financial institutions and making sure you have coverage. So it's not just about banking transactions. You've got to support credit cards. You've got to support investment accounts. And then you've got to bleed over into bill pay and be able to actually do something with it. So pay your bill. So if you're aggregating your American Express bill, you want to be able to go make a payment to that. And that's why we blended those products together so that we can do that with bill pay.
So it keeps you busy, and you and your team probably.
It's pretty busy, yeah.
Okay. So that's for personal finance management. Can we talk about the bill pay, maybe?
Sure.
In terms of differentiators, I mean. Right.
Absolutely. So differentiators are pretty straightforward. It's the first new bill pay system to be built in the last probably 10 years. So we've learned a lot from other solutions out there. It's available for a financial institution to buy in 3 different ways. So in the previous case, it was just an ASP solution. So if you're a typical check-free customer, you went to check-free and you got a web experience that looked like everybody else's check-free. We have that, but we also have an enterprise edition. So if you want to run the software yourselves, you can, which is a unique thing, and you can grow from ASP to enterprise. And then we also, with all of our products, have a software developer kit. So if you're a really innovative bank or you want to do something different or change something up, you can do that and explore that.
Okay.
Like all bill pay systems, it's a full pay anyone service with electronic and paper payments. Unique to us is the ability to make credit card and debit card based payments in real time.
That's you provide the only solution able to do that
That's
today.
correct.
I mean, at that time. Okay. Good, yeah. And in terms of funds transfer, and probably the fourth one, financial calendar again.
Sure. So funds transfer is the classic move money between my account at my home bank to another account somewhere else. And the solution is pretty traditional. You enroll your checking accounts at your other financial institutions or your investment accounts, and then we can move the money for you to make sure that you maintain a balance that you want to do. Unique to us is the ability to real-time validate that you own the account. So instead of waiting 2 to 3 days for a challenge deposit to hit your account like PayPal does, we can also in real time say, yeah, the person that is opening the account has the information and that it's good. So that helps speed up the process of enrolling new accounts.
Okay, yeah, great.
And financial calendar, as we talked about a little bit earlier and demonstrated at Finovate, basically it's the overall sort of how to think about where your money's going and what's happening in your account. We have lots of different ways to look at it. We've got spending tracking, we've got cash flow analysis, and all of those things that are a little more complex. But for the average consumer that just wants to know, hey, when's my salary? When was the bill due? Am I going to be late? That's what the calendar's for.
So yeah, and it's quite impressive, intuitive, and straightforward. So, and I like again the fridge exercise terminology, and it's all about keeping everything at one place, like the transaction journal. Then you can access everything.
That's right.
So you've got a good picture of what's happened in the past, and you
That's
can
right.
preempt what's going to happen.
That's right,
soon.
and most importantly, also available on any device. So if you've got a cell phone, you can get it with your mobile phone with a browser. If you don't have a browser in your phone, you can text in and say, just text in BAL to your bank and come back with your balances. Fully interactive, including the ability to do bill pays and funds transfers through your mobile phone.
Excellent, yeah. So, and you talked about that earlier today. We're talking about the sense of interconnectiveness. So that
Yeah.
I think it's all about that, actually. Your suite
I think
of
that's
solutions.
super important. So what's happened is that the bill pay guys have finally realized that the whole solution doesn't work if you can't do online banking / PFM, which is part of the reason I assume why Jet3 bought Carillion. And yet we've had that sort of concept all along. So if you add an American Express card to be paid in bill pay, you get all your transactions and they automatically power spending tracking and budgeting and all of those things. So we're trying to embed the concept of aggregation without making it intimidating for the consumer. Essentially, you have all of this information, and now how do we bring it into the online experience for you?